What's up? Welcome back to the Metalhead Car Show. AC/DC is officially back, completing the first show of the Power Up Tour in Germany. This being the first tour they've done since 2016, and the first tour they've done with Brian Johnson since 2015. So today we're going to go over the performance, the set list, the stage, and the future. So let's get right into it. I'm judging this off of what I got to see over YouTube because I'm in Canada and not Germany. I'm happy to say AC/DC sounded great. Everyone sounded super tight. Their new basses and drummers sounded like this is not their first rodeo at all. And that having a very large break hasn't slowed them down one bit. My biggest concern with this was Brian Johnson. Age is an absolute bitch. It's gonna get all of us one day, and it's harsh on singers. Now, before the show came out, I saw a fake set list go up containing a song called Guns for Hire. At first, I was pretty surprised to see Guns for Hire in this fake set list, unaware as fake at the time, because Guns for Hire has screams in it. It is very vocally demanding, especially for Brian. And obviously those songs weren't in. We're gonna get to the set list later, but Brian actually did really well. I went and compared some of these videos to 2015 videos on how he performed on the Rocker Bus tour, and he stayed pretty consistent. Now there's a 9-year gap in between Brian Johnson on the Rocker Bus tour and now, and you can tell that he doesn't quite have the punch he did then, but he actually still sounds really good. I don't know if he's fully on key all the time, but honestly, a lot of these singers as they get older aren't, so I don't know if I'm really gonna hold that against him. Angus Young still plays just like Angus Young. He was doing his hop, he was doing all the solos, he was doing a very good job. And that tiny man didn't stop moving once. He sounds great. The only thing I'm gonna say is I think his guitar tone is just a little bit off. Now, I had this complaint a lot when they were doing Power Trip because it sounded like either the tone was just kind of garbage or there's just no gain on the amp. I don't really know what was going on there, but he does sound way better now and closer to how he sounded on the Black Ice album. Personally, I like a little bit more punch. I think the best guitar tones Angus Young ever used was on the Let There Be Rock album. But honestly, that's kind of splitting hairs. I can complain about guitar tones all day long, but that doesn't really affect the performance. The stage was a classic AC/DC stage. You had some elevated areas, you had the cannons, you had the lift for Angus, and you had the wall of Marshall amps. This is like the classic textbook perfect rock and roll stage. It seems like they've modernized the stage a little bit. There's a lot more screens on both the side of the stage and a really big one behind the stage. There's a lot more lighting than what I think they usually have, but you still got all the classic fun AC/DC gimmicks you expect from every show. If you follow the Metalhead Car Show, you know we love talking about set lists, and unfortunately that's not really the case this time. Because despite they came out with a 24-song set list, which for a band that's getting older, I don't expect them to do set lists this long anymore. But seeing they pulled this out for a tour is actually really interesting. Now, when AC/DC did the Power Trip last year, it was a one-off show, so I kind of expected them to go have fun a little bit. They still did a longer set list than I was expecting, but it wasn't a tour, so they can go do whatever they want for this one-off show. So seeing that they're pulling out a 24-song set list for the tour is actually very cool. Now, I'm saying that the set list isn't really super cool to talk about this time, only because it's pretty much the exact same set list from Power Trip. They shuffled 1 or 2 songs around, like this is the Power Trip set list, and so this is the new set list. You can see they're really not that different. Personally, I would love to see some weirdos thrown in there. I would love to see something from Fly on the Wall or Flick of the Switch, or maybe some of the weirdo 90s songs. But I do know the bulk of fans want to hear the hits. One thing I'll say about that show though, looking through a lot of the footage from early songs and later songs, the crowd seemed very still. You had some people who were clearly having a lot of fun, but you're at the first touring AC/DC show since 2016. Move around, pretend like you're having fun. AC/DC is gonna go until they think they're just not putting on a good show anymore. So if you're gonna go to the show and just be cross-armed the entire time and show zero emotion, that's gonna kill the band. Go have fun. So what does the future hold for this? Well, when I did this video, I did say there'd be a North America announcement sometime, well, already, and clearly that hasn't happened. So what's up? So I figured North America would be around, so I think it's in April or May for the fall this year, but obviously, as I just said, that hasn't happened yet. So my new prediction for this tour is these are the only dates we're going to be seeing for 2024. I think they're going to take it very easy. And then spring or summer 2025, we'll get a North American tour. Now, I could always be wrong, and they could always do a North American run in stadiums in the wintertime. When I first saw AC/DC, it was November 2009. So that could very well happen. It'd be pretty limiting to a lot of venues in Canada, but it could very well happen. This tour very well may be we'll see how the guys are doing and we'll see how they feel about these sort of tours again. But I don't expect really anything more for the rest of the year. We might get something, we might get another leg, but I'm not expecting it for the rest of the year. We're gonna keep this video fairly short, but I wanna know, what do you think? If you've seen any of the footage, or if you were at the show, let me know what your thoughts were, and let me know what you wanna see for the rest of the tour. And also, if you're planning on going to any of the shows that are coming up, let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed what you've seen. I post on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and I'll see you later.